Hello, besties. Welcome back to It's Always About Me podcast. I'm your host, Ishpreet. And today we are going to talk about something that might just change the way you see yourself and how you show up in the world. Today's episode is how to validate yourself. And it's one of those topics that sound simple but runs so deep. Let me ask you this. Have you ever changed your opinion just so someone would agree with you? Have you ever dressed a certain way because you thought it would impress the other person? Have you ever felt your mood completely crash just because someone didn't respond to your message or compliment you after you put in effort? You are not alone. I have been there too. And honestly, we all have. We live in a world that constantly sells us the idea that who we are is not enough unless someone else approves of it. But that narrative, that lie, keeps us small, anxious, and disconnected from our real power. So, in this episode, we are going to go deep. We will talk about why we crave external validation, how to recognize the certain ways we do it, what it looks like to validate yourself from within, and how this inner work changes everything your confidence, your creativity, your relationship. This isn't about becoming cold or arrogant, it's about coming home to yourself. So let's breathe in, settle in, and dive deep. Chapter 1, The Psychology Behind Why We Crave Validation. To heal something, you need to understand where it began. So let's start with the root of validation seeking. From childhood, we are taught that approval equals to survival. Babies cry, parents respond, toddlers perform, they are clapped for. We do well in school, we get stars, good grades, stickers, praises. Our brains learn when I behave a certain way, people love me. If I don't, they withdraw. Over time, we internalize this deeply. It becomes a part of our identity. So when we grow up and don't receive applause, attention, or reassurance, we begin to doubt ourselves, not just our actions but our worth. Let's take an example. There's this girl who chose chartered accountant over art. On paper, she had everything status, salary, structure, but internally, she was numb. Her creativity, something that made her feel alive, was buried under respectable expectations. This isn't just about career, it shows up in relationships too. We want people to like us so badly that we shape shift. We abandon our true selves just to be accepted. But here's the truth validation is not bad. We are social beings. We all want to feel seen, heard, understood. The danger is when we rely on it to feel worthy. The moment our self worth becomes dependent on someone else's reaction, we give them control over our pace. So instead of hating yourself for craving validation, ask, where did I learn that I need someone else to confirm who I am? Chapter 2, The Silent Signs You Are Seeking Too Much Validation. Let's go deeper into how validation seeking shows up in your everyday life in ways you may not even notice. First, you post something, then immediately check who viewed it. You delete it if it doesn't get enough likes. Why? Because silence feels like rejection. You don't just want attention, you needed to believe it was good enough. Second, you can't make decisions without polling your friends. Even for things like what to wear, what to say in a message, or how to word a caption, it's not that you value input, it's that you don't trust your own. Third, you downplay your achievements unless someone else praises you. You say it was nothing. Oh, I feel it's small. It was okay. I didn't do something good enough. Instead of owning your success, you wait for someone else to validate your efforts before you allow yourself to feel proud. Fourth, you over apologize or people please even when you had done nothing wrong. You apologize just to avoid the chance of someone being disappointed in you. Fifth, You become someone else to avoid rejection. This one state, you might silence your opinions, your style, even your dreams, all because you are terrified of judgment. Let's take an example. I've seen girls doing it, to be honest with you. But let's just say there's this girl who started changing herself. Her opinions, the way she dressed, the way she spoke, all to please her boyfriend. She wanted to be the kind of girl he wrote up to, the one he admired and praised. So she edited out the parts of herself she thought he wouldn't like. She stopped wearing bold colors, avoiding debating topics she once loved, even laughed differently. She wasn't doing it consciously at first, it just started happening. Until one day, she looked in the mirror and didn't recognize herself. She realized she was walking on eggshells just to feel admired, just to feel accepted. And in that moment, she said, enough. She reclaimed her voice, her colors, her energy. She chose to be her again, even if it meant losing someone who couldn't love her fully. That's the cost of chronic validation seeking. We lose ourselves by trying to be loved by others. But the irony, the moment you stop performing and start being real, that's when the right people connect with you. Because those who truly matter don't need to shrink you, dim your light, or twist yourself. Mm. They love your fullness, your weirdness, your realness, your rawness. So ask yourself, where am I editing myself to feel accepted? And what would it look like if I showed up as me? Chapter 3, How to Validate Yourself. Let's talk about the good part now, self validation. This is not about becoming emotionally numb or saying, I don't care about anyone ever again. It's about learning to anchor yourself so that other people's opinion don't become your identity. Fair, powerful ways to practice self validation. First, emotional check-ins. Every day, ask yourself, what am I feeling right now and why? No judgment, just presence. Write it down if you want. And trust me, I have tried to, journal it and it has helped me in a lot of ways. This practice helps you acknowledge your emotions without needing someone else to approve of them. It, it's like saying, I don't need to explain myself to be allowed to feel this. There are so many feelings when you are like, I don't know why I'm feeling this, why I'm anxious, why I'm angry right now. There are moments in your life when you don't, know why you are feeling this way. That's when you need to just put the full stop. We don't need to, you know, explain yourself. This is why I'm feeling this way. This is why this is happening with me. It happens. Let it happen. It is okay to be not okay. Second, journal your wins and struggles. Not for Instagram, not for your best friend, for you. What Write down what you are proud of today. What you tried even if you failed. What boundary you kept. What you learned about yourself. This builds inner confidence because even if no one sees it, you did. Third, mirror work. Yes, I know it feels cheesy, but it's powerful. Look in the mirror and say, I love who I am. I like who I am. I love the way I make mistakes. I love the way I learn from them and at what pace I learn from them. I don't want to be anybody else but me. I know I'm repeating this affirmation because trust me, this has helped me in so many ways that I can't even explain. For over 2 years, I have been saying this to myself every day, and it has changed so many things in my life. Like, it really hit me. So, I would say you can to start doing this because it really helps you. You may tear up. You there will be times when you will be like, I want to cry, but that's okay. That's healing. Fourth, do something brave without telling anyone. Post that art, Post that picture that you wanted to post. Post your photography skills. Whatever you want to post. Say no to something that drains you. Go on a solo date. Validation comes from action, from being there for yourself even when no one else is. Okay, there I will be telling you one example, not example, I will be telling you my story. There was this one day when I wasn't feeling good at all. What I did was I started the music and I started dancing for like 20 to 25 minutes, and that changed. That changed the way I felt, and I will be very honest. It made me feel like I'm okay, that I am fine. So I would say do something that changes your mind when you are feeling the way like I'm not good enough, I'm not happy. You know, this you're feeling anxious, you're feeling like sad. Just do something, do what some activity which helps you remind you that you are enough. That it's okay to feel this way, but let's not stick to it. Chapter 4, Detaching from Outcomes and Reclaiming Your Power. Let's talk about results and reaction. Most of us tie our confidence to the outcome. If I get the job, I am worthy. If I get these much marks, if I get these much good grades, I am worthy. If they text me back, I matter. If I post something and that goes viral, I am talented. But the truth is, you don't control the outcome. You control the effort, the intention, the authenticity. Detachment doesn't mean apathy, it means peace. When you start validating yourself, you begin creating for the love of it, not the likes. Ask yourself, would I still do this if no one clapped? And if yes, you have tapped into true power. Chapter 5, Redefining Your Self Worth in a Loud, Noisy World. We have been taught that worth looks like awards, applause, perfect bodies, fancy job titles. But real self worth is quiet. It's how you speak to yourself when you fail. It's how you stay grounded when others misunderstand you. It's how you keep showing up for your dreams when no one's watching. Here's a reframe. Self worth isn't thinking I am better than others, it's thinking I am not better, I am not worse, I am whole. I have nothing to prove, I just have to be. If you take nothing else from today's episode, remember this. You don't need to deserve love. You already are love. Your worth isn't up for debate. Not on social media, not in relationships, not even in your own doubts. You were born whole, you are still whole, and the journey is about remembering that. Let's end with a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. You don't need a round of applause to feel good about yourself. You don't need 50 compliments to believe in your path. You are enough, even on your quietest days. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this episode felt like a mirror, a gentle reminder of the strength that's already inside of you. If this resonated, share it with someone who needs to hear it too. You can reach out to me on Instagram, it's always about me podcast, and let's talk about what your self validation journey looks like. Until next time, remember, you are your own proof, you are your own validation, you are your own home.